every generation there comes along a work of cinema or television that transcends the medium. It is no longer a movie or TV show, it is a work of art, a masterpiece, a production so profound that you wonder if it should be displayed in the galleries at the Louvre. That magnificent day has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Amazon's The Rings of Power is not only a television gift from the gods, it is better than the original cinematic The Lord of the Rings trilogy. Peter Jackson, step aside and welcome the true heir to the Lord of the Rings throne. Here's why The Rings of Power is a masterpiece. The cinemascape of the Peter Jackson trilogy was littered with strong white males. Frodo and Sam, the ring bearers, entrusted with destroying the One Ring ahead of a female, even though they were 3 feet tall. Aragorn, the king everyone had been waiting for, when a queen would have sufficed. Gandalf, the magical old white male, in eternal battle with other magical old white males. The Rings of Power has brought Middle-earth into the 21st century. No longer is this a world of men. Indeed, it is a world of women. All the main characters have estrogen in abundance. Take Galadriel, for instance.
Who are you?
A side character in the trilogy. Now she is the driving force through the whole saga. Strong, independent, and utterly brilliant. Where men err, she is right. Always right. Every idea, every solution works. Men who do not follow her lead themselves to the grave. She can cut through oceans like an ocean liner, climb mountains like Sly Stallone, and dunk more shots than Michael Jordan. Frodo and Sam, no. Now we have Nori Brandyfoot and Poppy Proudfellow. All the same characteristics, quirks, and mannerisms as the iconic duo, but now completely female. Why have male characters when we can have female characters? This is 2022 after all. It is much more progressive to have 2 women in such roles. Like Galadriel, they are never wrong and never weak. A true inspiration for humankind. Bronwyn, another female character brutally ignored by the men in the village. Not for long, however. When all the males laugh at her expense, she is the one who has the last laugh. She quickly shows them that she was right about the orcs all along and assumes the leadership role. Another inspiring moment for everyone watching. Fear not, dear viewer, there are white male characters, such as this one. He arrives on the screen in a burning scrap heap, and his prospects do not improve much from there. He screams gibberish at young ladies and looks like he just walked out of a homeless shelter. A true lesson in progression. White males, your time is up. This is not a world of men. It is a world of women. Look at this cast photo from the Peter Jackson trilogy. Look at this photo from the Rings of Power. Spot the difference. The original cast photo is like a Christmas card. Far too white for modern audiences. The Rings of Power corrects that historical mistake and casts a band of characters more diverse than a packet of M&Ms. The elves, the Harfoots, the dwarves, all now with the perfect progressive mix. Tolkien's heroes were white because he based his books on the old myths of England and Scandinavia. The Rings of Power does not let that get in the way of a good story. Out with the white, in with the in crowd. In 2022, the main characters must be from different backgrounds, unless they are white women. White men condemned to the history books. Fear not, however, as there are some inspiring white male characters. A landlord, you may not understand a word he is saying, but he is a true gentleman who always shows women the utmost respect.
Shut the fuck up!
The heroic father figure, what he lacks in brains, he makes up for with a heart of gold. The dwarf king, he may have no table manners and a wife who overpowers him at every turn, but he does know how to hammer through a rock. The Rings of Power is not just a television production, but a message to the world that racism is over. Future generations will look back and say this was the defining moment where everything changed. The moment Mr. Red-Nosed Day became a hobbit. the moment dwarf women lost their beards, the moment the world as one rejoiced and accepted it does not matter if it's Regency England, a pirate ship, or Middle-earth. All peoples can play characters with hairy feet. Historical accuracy be damned. If the casting does not make you less racist, then scenes like this one make you stand up and take notice. This elf says to Arondir that the sins of man's ancestors must follow them. They are the same people as their forefathers. History is not history, it is now. People cannot be forgiven. To drive the point home further, Arondir is immediately attacked by a young racist boy. Modern progressive politics brought crashing into Middle-earth. The Jackson trilogy kept social commentary at bay. The Rings of Power invites it in for a cup of tea with biscuits. A massive triumph for the Rings of Power writing team. William Shakespeare would be spinning in his grave if he watched The Rings of Power. He'd have wished he wrote the dialogue himself. Each scene is filled with quote after quote that university students will be studying in textbooks for years to come. Its prose is reminiscent of the era of Keats, Shelley, and Wordsworth. Truly poetic in its simplicity and majestic in its delivery. The Jackson trilogy, not even close to the power and craft of the lines in The Rings of Power. The Rings of Power shows screenwriting is an art form. They have chiseled a David, scratch that, they have chiseled a Statue of Liberty. Action scenes to rival any video game. The show takes all the best scenes from Jaws, Signs, and even Forrest Gump to repackage them into something completely new and completely brilliant. You are forever on the edge of your seat thinking of a way out. In the battle with the Snow Troll, all looks lost until Galadriel suspends disbelief and the laws of physics. Who needs gravity when the action is this good? She leaps in the air like a stringed puppet, dealing a crushing blow, showing every man present the power of a strong woman. The original trilogy cannot compare. In their fight with the Balrog in the Fellowship of the Ring, the old wizard is brought down, and the Fellowship barely escapes within an inch of their lives. If Galadriel was around, that Balrog would have been turned into dust faster than the time it takes her to swim the English Channel. The action scenes in The Rings of Power are stunning and brave. Why would we want to see men face serious danger from their foes when we can watch strong, independent women take them out in seconds? Monty Python, Peter Sellers' Eat Your Heart Out. The Rings of Power is the height of comedic sophistication. Gag after gag has you rolling on the floor. Your neighbours will wonder if someone slipped you some laughing gas for tea. Such are the hysterics on offer. The original Jackson trilogy, far too serious for a good laugh. All the characters care about is destroying the ring and saving Middle-earth from Sauron. No matter the peril, The Rings of Power knows that viewers want comedy in its highest form. It is safe to come back from behind the sofa now, but not for long. The Rings of Power has some of the scariest scenes ever screened. We have a chased in a dark tunnel scene.
I'm not afraid anymore!
A hiding in the closet scene.
I'm not afraid anymore!
And a white man crashing into your garden. We all know there's nothing more terrifying than that. What does the Jackson trilogy have? The Rings of Power is a masterpiece of modern television. Strong, independent women in all the roles. A diverse cast with no white man hogging the limelight. Dialogue from the era of poets. And genre-defining scenes across the board. It is truly 5-star television. All hail The Rings of Power, the most progressive show ever produced. Say goodbye to racism, sexism, and all the other isms forever.